Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I want to talk to you today about if you bug out, can you return home? Because it's a lot of things out there that's happening nowadays, and a lot of people they say if it's going to be a shit hit the fan situation and or a major disaster or something like that, or a real emergency in this evacuation situation, can they return home afterwards? And that is a good question because, I'm not planning on bugging out. I'm planning on staying right here. I'm bugging in. I'm going to make the best of a bad situation. But if you bug out, can you return home? I don't know. I mean, let's look at a few scenarios that have happened. Let's say the people out there at the California that had the with the campfires and the Wormsley fire and all that stuff out there, with had all that stuff burning up out there, and their homes got destroyed. The whole communities was wiped out. I mean, it cost so much to replace that stuff that one of the insurance companies out there actually folded. They couldn't pay everybody. I mean, if you bugged out and you came home and there was nothing to come home to. And that's the question. I mean, it's not the only time that happened. It happened in Harvey. Hurricane Harvey. It happened in Irma. Her Irma. It happened. With Katrina. Whole people. I mean, whole communities and whole bunch of displaced people that were never able to return home. And I'm just saying. I mean, could you return home? Chances are 50-50. You never know, because if you're in the situation that you have to bug out, I mean, like the people in Texas did, some people in Louisiana, California, Florida, and even the Carolinas. Recently in the Carolinas, they had people that had to be evacuated and moved. Some of them could return home. They still had homes to come back to, and some of them didn't. I mean, it's a 50-50 proposition. Once you have to move and you bugging out, you might not ever be able to come back to your home. It might not be there. All I gotta say is it is what it is. I mean, it could be chaos out there, and that's the way things are sometimes. I mean, when you bug out, depending on the situation, you might not ever be able to return home. I mean, it could be because of the weather. Could be called a financial crisis, cyber attacks, or rioting and civil unrest. The devastation could be immense out there. I mean, you might not be able to, or might not have anything to come back to. I mean, people in Carolina never thought that when they come back home, there wouldn't be a home to come back to, but a lot of them found out that there wasn't anything to come back to. I mean, even in Alaska, when they had this earthquake, some people were thinking about, hey, I got to get out of here. I got to bug out because, things are finna happen. You never know. I mean, even Hawaii, they had a lot of people lose their homes in that volcano erupted in Kinova volcano, and it erupted and it wiped out streets. I mean, almost half a city, small city, and took out the Atlanta volcano eruption. I mean, you got earthquakes, you got wildfires. I mean, I said in one of my videos earlier, and I mentioned it in another video that I did a video on something bad could happen, where in a 90-day period you start having all this stuff that's happening like it is now. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, everything is getting more severe, everything becoming more destructive. I mean, you look at those hurricanes we had. We had Florence this year, we had Michael this year. I mean, we having more hurricanes than ever before. And they like I say, they're more devastating now, and it's tearing up more stuff, and people are having to leave and move, and I mean, the Carolinas are catching it more and more up that coast. I guess that's the east coast of America that they're catching it. I mean, it's the ever-changing times, I guess. I mean, all I gotta say is that if you bug out, you might not be able to return home. So I don't know. They got, you can take your inch bag if you want to and go out there and say I'm gonna live forever in the woods. That'll be good if you can survive. I mean, because you're gonna have a military presence out there. You're gonna have the militia. You're gonna have the wolves. You're gonna have gangs and stuff like that. And it's not gonna be like a weekend in camping. We going out camping for the weekend. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be chaos, and when things happen, and you have to bug out. And I'm just speaking on the terms of if you live in a city like I do. See, I live in a city. I live in Cleveland, and if I said, "Hey, baby, we planning on bugging out, so we gonna go out there. There's a mega disaster out there, and we gonna have to just get our stuff, and we gonna have to just go." And a lot of people are thinking like that. I have talked to people, because I've talked to everybody. That's what I do. I'm a talker. And I talked to some people saying that they're going to get their bags, they're going to bug out, and they're going to start heading south because they don't want to deal with the cold up here. They figure they can live better in the south. But what they don't know is when you're on the road, like in the movies Mad Max, The Postman, and all that stuff, and the road, it's gangs and militia out there. You ain't gonna just be able to cross through other people's territory because you are a serious threat to them. Because they don't know who you are or what you're there for and what you're gonna do. See, once you're on the road, you become a serious issue. You become a threat. I mean, the people in the cities, Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and everybody else that's thinking about we're gonna bug out to these rural areas. You are becoming a threat, and that's a whole nother story. Because, like I said, I wanted to talk about, can you come back home if you had to go and it's a major disaster, and you had to be evacuated, and you had to come back. Is there anything to come back to? Like I said, those people in California with those wildfires. I mean, wasn't nothing for them to come back to. They might own the land, but there's no houses there. Same thing with the people in Texas got hit by that Hurricane Harvey that came up there and tore up all that stuff. And the people in Louisiana got hit too. I mean, people in Mississippi. I don't mean to omit you guys, but I can't remember everybody, but a lot of them got hit and a lot of them got tore up. It's like Armageddon, for these people. I mean, really, it's like Armageddon. It's like the end of the world. So I'm just saying that if you planning on bugging out, I also have plans on when you might not be able to return. And if you do return, and if you're gone for a long time, because the length of your return might be unknown. I mean, you might be bugged in for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, then you got to take off, and then you be gone for months. And then when you come back, there's already somebody else that done took what you had and that's bugged in your old spot. Like if you live on a farm or something like that, a rural farm, and you have to go because there's a safety issues or something like that, or the military comes and takes you off your land, and then you gone for maybe 7, 8 months or a year or whatever they took you, maybe put you in a FEMA camp and let you come back. And when you come back, there's a new set of homesteaders in your spot. And that will happen too, especially in the city. If you got a decent spot, people will come and reclaim your spot. And you won't have a spot to come back to. You might have to fight for what you used to have. And like I said, it's gonna be violence. It's just the way it is. It's gonna be rioting. I hope not. I pray to God not. It's gonna be civil unrest. I mean, shit. Even in a non-emergency situation, there's always civil unrest. But I'm just saying that expect the unexpected and always expect for the worst when stuff like that happen. Like they used to say, pray for the best, but prepare for the worst. Like I say, make sure you guys get enough blackout stuff, because the power is going to go out first, and that's when you know things are going to start happening bad. All right, thank you, YouTube.